casteism, classism, racism, colorism. So many isms to talk about in this, but guilty pleasures. Everyone has their own, no judgment. I went on to everyone's trusted news source, not news source, just trusted platform, Twitter, and I gathered like a bunch of tweets that either spoke my mind or were really funny, but mostly were all really funny. And let's discuss that and do my makeup today. I'm gonna do my makeup. You can do your makeup while watching this and just letting it run in the background maybe if you'd like. Let's jump straight in. Eyebrows out of the way because otherwise it's just gonna bother me the entire time. I'm using the Versali liquid gloss to prime my skin. Let's start with the editors and how they had pretty good comedic timing as the show went on. Of course, the characters in this developed quite well. They did have growth. Some of them did have growth. Some of them just plateaued at a point. Let's jump straight into the memes, like from Twitter. Not really memes, but Twitter commentary, basically. Person, I would like to relax for 10 days. Aparna, what are you doing in your life that you have to relax for more than 3 days? You know what? Yeah, I would like to know too. Next. Pradyuman designed all these dresses for his shrine gods. There's so many jokes about Pradyuman and Akash, and they're honestly funny. Like, yeah, Aparna has a lot of like hate and just a lot of memes, but then I sort of see where she's coming from too. But Pradyuman and Akash, like, oh, another one. Aparna, when the guy says he likes relaxing on a holiday for more than 3 days. Okay. This one's gold. Brown society when they see a girl who's over 25 and not married. My BP is getting high because of you.
Wait. All of you!
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
The amount of times they're using the word fair on the show. Don't even get started on the stereotypical fair, tall, cultured. These three words that just kept being used the entire time. Every episode had at least like 40% of the entire script for every episode was fair, tall, cultured, flexible. Like, it's just the weirdest words that you can use as adjectives for women.
Please,
let's go with the flexible one again. Auntie's looking for a gymnast. The main concern for me is the girl has to be a bit flexible. And then this one. I knew they looked similar, and I'm pretty sure that's some like Indian TV serial like Saas Bahu or some Ekta Kapoor one. Me, every time someone asks about my dating life from now on. Ultimately, my efforts are meaningless if the stars are not aligned. There are so many memes like this, and it's gold. Oh, and this one, the show villain versus the actual villain. True. Then there's, when I think about Aparna, I get tired. Me too, auntie. Like, actually, yeah, in the beginning, because she did come off as quite rude, but then also she knew what she wanted and she didn't want to waste time. But she was rude to most of the guys. Why didn't Seema auntie introduce Pradyuman to Rashi's brother Raj? I found a new excuse for my procrastination. Same thing. Ultimately, the efforts are meaningless if the stars are not aligned. Indian matchmaking was horrifying. Also, Netflix. How soon can you drop season 2? Asking for a friend. And it's just Penny who's like, oh my god, I need help. You know what? Yes. I did binge it. It was, I won't lie, it was entertaining, but it was also shocking. But here's another thing. It's also holding up like this mirror. Like, it's showing like this is what actually goes on and this is what's spoken behind closed doors. And it's true because I know people who do this, who do speak about all of these things as requirements, criteria for marriage and all of that. But this show being on air, I have two views about this, and both are extremely, like, they're polar opposite views. One is it shouldn't be on because it looks like it's glamorizing this entire thing, because there are people who watch it and who are like, you need to go through this because look, this person went through this and then they found someone like this. And then there's the whole thing of, no, it's just showing you what Indian society actually is like. Like, there are parts of Indian society like this. Don't tell me that the entire like all Indians are so open-minded. Don't ever go in the comments and say that, because please, it's, you know, it's not true, I know it's not true, there is a percentage, obviously, of people who are open to so many other things in life, but there's also a percentage of people who are held back by so many cultural requirements and norms and all of that. That's not really cultural, because India's culture is so diverse, and it's not really bound by these few things, like the person has to be tall and traditional and has to do this and that. Please, like, take that and just throw it in the trash. I feel like I completely forgot the part where I'm supposed to do my makeup while doing this. I've just been talking, I've been ranting for so long. So I'm going to start with using Makeup Forever HD foundation. I've already primed my skin. I'm just going to take a little bit, put it in the back of my hand, and go in with my favorite fluffy brush from Real Techniques. So, nobody at all. Aparna, I don't like sand. You know what? I don't like sand either, because it gets in your toes, it gets everywhere. I'm not a fan of sand either, but that was funny, like the way she just shot him down with everything he kept saying, and it was rude, but that's Aparna. Indian matchmaking. I'm so confused. Why is Akash's mom stressing him to get married so his brother can have a kid? How does that correspond? You see, this is actually a thing that happens where Indian parents are like, no, the elder child has to get married first and then the younger child. I do have parts of my family where they're like, no, the older sibling has to get married, like my cousins and all of that. And it's really unnecessary, because if you find someone, go for it, but don't force another person to get married or do anything so that your other sibling gets their go ahead to do what they want in life. If they don't want to have children, they don't want to have children. If they don't want to have a wife, they don't want to have a wife or husband, or whoever you want in life. Basically, don't do that whole number one, like, guilt tripping and blackmailing and emotional blackmailing.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Next, if there's one thing that Indian matchmaking has done, it's accidentally exposed the regular conversations that happen behind closed doors in a lot of Indian houses to this day. True, exactly what I said earlier. It's just showing what happens or what actually happens, and it's nasty, and it's the truth. Me trying to stop a Netflix binge fest. Ultimately, my efforts are meaningless if the stars are not aligned. That was me with this entire show. Me giving up 10 minutes into my workout session. Next one. Fake fans call it math, real fans call it numerology. Oh god, like astrologers, numerologists and all of that. It's like a whole other world. Like when you step into Indian I wouldn't say cultures, but just like different things that people do to find, like even the name of their child, they have to consult numerologists to know, or is there an alphabetologist or something like that, where they have to find out like the first letter of the child's name, how many letters there needs to be in the child's name and all of that. Self-obsession level 1, having a picture of yourself as your wallpaper. Self-obsession level 1, having a picture of yourself on the door handle. There's no in between. But this was really, really funny. Like, as to each their own. Next one is Aksha's mom showing her hiding spot for all the expensive jewelry and clothing. Like, girl, you ain't afraid of getting robbed? I thought the same thing. I was like, she so confidently opened up that bed thing where everything was kept and all. And I was like, what if like anyone just watches that and comes and robs them? Like, she just so confidently showed that. But I mean, if you're that rich, I guess you can afford security, like crazy security, especially after this. I'm contouring with the Nykaa foundation stick in shade 07 Toffee. And I keep forgetting that I'm doing a makeup video and I just keep talking. Next, Indian aunties after watching Indian matchmaking. You guys are getting paid? True, true. You can't deny the cinematic excellence of Indian matchmaking. That's true. Like the way they zoomed in on different people's faces, or just the subtitling, or the comedic timing. Anyway, the shot where Pradyuman is in his closet, is in the closet, and he tells Seema, this is where the magic happens. Take the hint, auntie. That's rude. You can't really judge a person's sexuality. I wanted to know this. What is OJ without, what is a mimosa without OJ? Like, I thought a mimosa is, I don't know alcohol that much. I don't know alcohol that well. Okay. Jessica from Love is Blind needs a matchmaker to roast her and set her straight the way Seema is doing to Aparna. Indian matchmaking. There were so many references. comparing Love is Blind to Indian matchmaking. Nadia is the Lauren of Indian matchmaking. Gorgeous, great energy, but terrible luck with dating. I hope she finds her Cameron. I hope that too. She seems like such a nice person. Right. Started Indian matchmaking. Matchmaker Seema Taparia just looked at a painting of a dog and called it a cat. Ye karenga match. Dude, when you saw that and she walked into Aparna's house and saw the painting of those two dogs and she's like, the cats? And my sister and I were like, what? What is this show? Is she blind? Those look like dogs also. Like, anyway, Seema Taparia, every time she talks about Aparna, hey, meko thak gaya bhai sahab. Yeah, man, like she kept doing this. She kept talking good about Aparna, and then she just talked trash about Aparna. And like whenever she was about to go on a date, she'd be like, she's such a smart, she's such a nice girl, she'll speak such great things. And then the minute something goes wrong, she's so stubborn, she's so this, she's so that. It's like she kept saying she is fickle-minded, but like, what about your opinions about her, auntie? I'm not just a rich, pretty boy. Depth. You can all just like that's every Bombay Delhi boy. I know I'm generalizing, I'm sorry, but don't. I want Pradhiman's God's wardrobe. Yeah, what was that entire wardrobe? There were some people who were like, oh, but like Pradhiman makes clothes for his God. Don't people know? I don't think he makes the clothes, honestly, because there are people who actually like. There are tailors who make these things, but you get the reference of people being like, don't you get it now that he's making these dresses and you're like trying to set him up with a girl? Anyway, the grandma we all need in our lives. Oh my god, I loved Shobha. Like she had such great, like those few minutes that they had her on, she just spoke so much sense. You need to watch the show just for her. And there was this other, like another couple that was really cute. That was also really nice. Oh, this is so funny. Guru really bringing that disapproving Indian dad energy to a date. I saw that she ordered a mimosa. Not a big deal. We all have a dad like that. I mean, you have just one dad. I mean, there are people who have two dads. Anyway. Oh, when I watched this, I was like, yeah, how every poor should look. Like, I'm jealous of that. Me watching Aparna and Indian matchmaking. Oh my fucking god. Yes, in the beginning, but like as it went on, I started really liking her. Why people shitting on Indian matchmaking for being sexist and casteist? The show is simply holding a mirror to the ugly society we are a part of. Also, here's an underrated dialogue from the show. Needs more traction. How's very good in the bed? As in the astrology, the astrology, like the horoscope reading will show if they're compatible in bed. I never knew this. When this came on, I just looked at my mom, like my sister and I, we looked at our mom, we were like, is this what you look up when you go look at Kundlis? Like, real? Okay, I feel like wait, let me just set my makeup. I feel like I really didn't do much makeup through this entire thing. Let me just quickly get this out of the way. You know what I would really appreciate? If I did miss out on any points, I hope you guys just keep commenting down below as I keep talking and as you like, you know, keep watching it as to what points I missed out. I'm just doing a very slight smoked out liner. I needed to go off camera to finish just that little bit. I'm not very good at explaining and working at the same time, like talking and doing my makeup at the same time. All my students can vouch for that. Okay, also that whole, I'm just gonna contour my face now. Also that whole part about Rupam, the Sikh Punjabi girl, and how she's divorced and how her dad was really, really apprehensive towards someone who was divorced, but then he was quite judgmental about his past when he was like, no, the pasts don't match. Like, I feel like at that time, Seema Masi was like really progressive, saying no, the past is the past. But then there are times where she just like straight out shits on people for having like opinions. Also, I quite liked the female characters that they picked for the show. Like a few of them, obviously, like Nadia, great. She seemed so nice, so sweet, career-driven. All of the women are actually quite career-driven, which I liked. Ankita, another really strong girl. Aparna, I really liked how they picked the girls, but I don't like how they initially portrayed them, and then you have to like sort of character development and all of that. But the guys that they picked, questionable AF, except for Vyasar. he was really nice, and also that one shaker, he seemed pretty chill. There were so many points in this entire thing where you're just like, did that person really just say that? Like, you know, that whole point where Akshay, Akash, whatever his name is, he's like, if she's gonna be busy working, then who's gonna look after the kids? And you're just like, what? Like, what do you want out of a wife? That's so stupid. Like, and don't even get me started on that face reader. Oh my god, that guy's like, ye ziddi hai, ye wo hai. Like, dude, looking at the face, like, what if I got plastic surgery? Honestly, I want to know, is this actually a thing? Because I've never seen such a thing happening. I've never heard of anyone going to a face reader. Ugh, not okay. But yeah, what if I got plastic surgery? What would the face reader say then? Like, what if I got my nose done? What if I got full Botox or something? Like, what then, huh? Then will I be ziddi or like rude or anything? Okay, so I've just added a little bit of black lip gloss to just darken up the color that I had earlier. I had the Nykaa Deja Nude color on. It's a brownish lipstick. So that we can just conclude this entire like video now by saying it was an entertaining show for sure, but questionable as hell. Portrays a lot of what actually goes on in India, but at the same time does show India in like a slightly nasty light. But yes, I hope there are more South Indian people in the upcoming seasons, because I hope there is season 2, but I wouldn't push for it because it is, you know. Leave your comments down below. I can't wait to read them. Bye bye.